1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a minute. I've been pretty sick. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd know what's been happening. But let's first address the elephant in the room. My brown hair. It looks different in real life. It's a lot darker in real life. But I'm in love. I got that done yesterday. But today I am doing a makeup tutorial on just what I wear every day. I don't wear it every day, but if I was to wear it, that's what I would wear. So I put up a poll the other day and everyone wanted to see it, and then also I had like 10 DMs of girls who also wanted to see the hairstyle that I had, which was the little bits at the front out and then up in a bun. So I'll show you how to do that at the end as well. So let's get right into it. So I've already done my skincare, so that's all done. I might even do a video on how I do my skincare as well, but we'll save that for another day. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the MAC Stroke Cream. It is the gold shade, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. Normally I mix my foundation with it, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do it separately. So I'm just going to use a stippling brush and just put this all over my face. I really like my skin to be super dewy, so I put it everywhere. A lot of people choose to only put it where they want to look highlighted, but I want to look highlighted everywhere. You can just see that that automatically gives me like a gold glow. Well, I can in my light. I don't know if you can. Okay, so now for foundation, I use the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Golden Beige. This is perfect for when I have a fake tan on. Just gonna put one pump. I might end up putting more. I'm just gonna put this all over my face. Now I know this color looks crazy, but I don't put that much on, and then the concealer that I use really brightens it up, so it's like the perfect combination. So you just got to make sure you really blend it down the neck, because you don't want that harsh line where your face ends and your neck starts. So now that I look crazy, also I tend to steer clear from going too heavy underneath my eyes, just because I put the concealer there and I don't want it to be too heavy. So next I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind multi-use concealer. I find that this is so full coverage. It's like, I believe it's like the cheap version of Shape Tape, but I use the shade Fair, and I think it ends up being the most perfect combination with my foundation. Now I always put it here to make my eyes look like they're going up. People tend to do a triangle here instead of bringing it upwards, but this is just personal preference. If doing the triangle underneath suits your face, then by all means go right ahead. Now I actually use the same brush to blend my concealer because I just find that it blends nicer because it's already got the foundation on it. I'm sure makeup artists wouldn't agree. But I'm not a makeup artist. I just do what looks good for me. I also like to blend my under eyes last, just because I like it the concealer to sit there and kind of warm up before I move it around. Everywhere else on my face, I feel like it just blends easy, but just under my eyes, because I want it to be really smooth, I want it to warm up first. So I just dab over my nose because my nose tends to separate, so I like to just dab over my nose really lightly. That way it blends really nicely. So now I'm doing the same thing with the concealer, just because I don't want it to move around too much. And then I just also like to blend that little bit upwards so that I get that upwards look, so I look awake. Now I blend the concealer upwards. I don't put it directly under my eye. I blend it up to there so that the same thing, it doesn't crease, it doesn't become too thick. And I just use the excess just to go over my lid, just really lightly. Okay, so now that that's blended, I add a little bit of the Mecca Max Liquid Light in the shade Quartz, I believe. Yeah, and I just add a little bit of this to my high points again. I like being super dewy, and it's kind of gross how dewy I like being. Actually, it's not gross because I'm obsessed. Again, I use this brush just because it blends it nicer. If I don't use a brush, I'll use a beauty blender, and it'll be the same beauty blender that I use to blend my foundation and concealer. I just feel like it blends a lot easier and a lot nicer and seamlessly with the same brush as your base color. I don't know, it's preference, it's preference. Just leaves like a really nice glowy look. And me, oh my god, I put highlighter everywhere. Everyone's like, why are you putting highlight on your forehead? And I'm like, because I enjoy looking like a glazed donut. Now I blend this up to my temple as well. It just makes it more seamless and more natural kind of looking. Hey Siri, what's the time? Hey Sis. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Stupid. So that is all blended. Here, right here, everyone's gonna laugh at me for this because it normally brings out like your pores, but I'm obsessed. I put highlight here just because it makes me look more dewy. Oh my god, I can just feel all the makeup artists cringing right now. Okay, so next I set with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I like to do that with a brush because I'm able to control how much I use. I feel like with a beauty blender it presses it in a little too much and it just mattifies me personally a bit too much. So I just like to softly tap under my eyes. I don't bake or anything because again it mattifies me too much, but you know, it could work for some. But just me personally, this is what I do. I set my eyes, my eyelids, and again, just really softly under the eye. And then I do like under here kind of roughly, and then I blend it upwards my cheek, like up my cheek. I try to steer clear as much as possible for here, but I do go over it slightly just because I do want it to set, but I don't want it to mattify, so I do go over it ever so slightly just to set. Chin, same thing. I start on the sides and then blend my way over. Same thing with the forehead. I go around the edges first and then just blend over the highlighted sections really lightly. Also, make sure you get right up in your hairline because when you hit it with the contour, you don't want the contour shade to go patchy. Also with my nose, because it does separate, I try to use a tiny amount, just really just to set it, not to really move anything around too much. So you can see that I'm still dewy, but I am set. So next I contour. I don't like a really harsh contour. I like it to be super natural, super blended out. I use the Revlon Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. As you can see, I've well and truly hit pan on the best shade. And then I just really blend it just to disperse it all over the cheek. It blends really, really nicely, this stuff. I really just like blend it into my hairline and all down here. I just find that this just suits my face shape better than like, you know, the super like chiseled kind of look. I really prefer the more soft kind of contour. And you can see it still does the same thing. It still brings in my face compared to the side without it. It really brings it in, but it still looks quite natural. Because really what makeup is trying to do is just enhance what you've already got. You're not trying to cover what you have, you're just trying to enhance what you have. Okay, and then just the same thing around my hairline because I love a small forehead and that is something that I do not possess. And then I just use a little same big brush because I like it to be really blended down the sides of my nose just because I just like to bring it in slightly but not over contour. And then just ever so slightly down here, just really rough so it blends really nicely. Okay. While I have the contour palette open, because it is really hard to open this with nails, I get the shade that I've well and truly hit pan on, and I get a small little pencil brush and I just like to run it through the crease of my eye. And this is not to like put on eyeshadow. It's more to just define my eye a little more. I just feel like I look a little washed out if I don't do this. So once I've done on the top, I just like to run it on my lower lash line as well, just really roughly like that. And I just think it just, you know. Okay, so next is my favorite part, blush. It's like the perfect shade as well for me personally. And I've seen that when you smile, you're not meant to smile because then it drops, but personally I smile and then I do it higher up. That's just what I do. And I just blend it up into the contour highlight area. Now you'll watch me go overboard on this, and I go over my nose. This is the part where you'll be like, on my forehead. Oh, I just love blush. It makes you look so healthy. I need to stop with blush. So next we go in with a powder highlight. And I use, like, as you can tell, I only use one shade. So I use like the gold one. Yes, I put highlight on the middle of my forehead and up here and down here. And literally everywhere the light is gonna hit, because glazed donuts for life. Oh my god. You know when like people get really big and then they call their fan base by a name? You're gonna be my glazed donuts. I've never wanted to knock myself out as much as I have right now. Okay, and then just softly on the chin, and then again when I said in these parts, just really light. I have an interview in 40 minutes, so let's hurry this up. So next is brows, and I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade Grey. It's perfect. It was perfect for my blonde hair, it's perfect for my brown hair, it's literally perfect. So what I do is I line the brow underneath. Maybe I'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see. So I line underneath. Oh my god, my hands are shaking. I line underneath, and then I line from halfway on the top all the way to the end. And pretty much I follow the shape of my brow. I just lightly fill them in, just in the gaps. I don't really do a heavy brow, otherwise I look funny. And then just with the front, I just draw in some lines like this, and then once I've done that, I just blend it. And then also once I finish the other one, I put on some eyebrow gel and it just disperses it a little nicer. So now that I've finished my brows, I like to go in with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I just brush them up and then push down the tail of my brow. Next, I do mascara. I really push the product onto my eyelashes. Okay, so that's the difference between mascara and not mascara. Okay, so next for my lips, it's the Maybelline Color Sensation liner in the shade 130 Dusty Rose. Okay, I need a mirror. So what I do is I ever so slightly overline my Cupid's bow. And then I follow just my normal lip line all the way down, and then towards the end I just like to bring it out slightly because I feel like I have lips that go that way but not that way, so I just like to widen them a little bit, just like that. And then same thing with my bottom lip, I overline just the middle and then follow my natural shape, and then ever so slightly on the bottom because I don't like the bottom to look too crazy. And then I just fill in the sides and underneath. I don't fill in the middle of my lips because I feel like the middle of my lips blends really nicely with the colour, so it kind of leaves like an ombre sort of look. Just like that. And then what I do is I just, with my finger, I just blot it a little. And then I use the Rimmel London All My Gloss in the shade Love Bug. And it just kind of slightly lightens the shade of the liner and just provides a really nice gloss. So okie dokie. So now all I do is I just spritz my face with the, I don't know if it's NYX or NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Because again, glazed donuts are life. So this is the finished makeup look. I literally wear this whenever I just feel like wearing makeup. And then for nighttime, I'll just add a little more dramatic shadow look, or the base stays the same. Pretty much the lip stays the same unless it needs to match the eyes. But this is it. My camera's gonna die, so I'm gonna plug it in and then I'll film how I did my hair in that story the other day. Okay, so I just went ahead and put on a cute little top. This is from Glassons. It's part of a set, but I just put the top on because, you know, business up top, pajamas down the bottom. And I'm just going to show you how I did my hair the other day. So what I do is I literally just grab these pieces and chuck them up the front so that I don't incorporate them. And then I just pull my hair up in a really high pony. Super easy but really effective. And I just tie it off with the hair tie. And then all I do is I just tease it a little bit with my hands, not with anything else. And then I just wrap it around. I have all spikies now because I have my hair cut. And then I literally just bobby pin it with one. I grab the little end piece of hair and I just attach the bobby pin to it and close it. And then I push it under. That way the bobby pin doesn't do that weird like split thing where it opens and then you can't use it again. That's literally it. Super easy. Thank you so much for watching today. I really enjoyed creating this look for you guys. Tag me if you do it. And tag me if you do the hair as well. Tag me. I'll have a look. I'll give you a comment. I'll give you a like. I'll save it. Get that engagement, girl. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next